Hey there, second graders. Mrs. Wood here. I hope you enjoyed the video that I made for you before and that you had an opportunity to really think about all of the second step lessons that we did for those of you who were here last year when you were first graders. And so today we are going to start our very first lesson of second step in second grade. Now, a lot of what we're going to talk about, you're going to remember because we're going to be talking about things that you've learned in your first grade and even your kindergarten second step lessons. But we're also going to be learning some new things because you guys are second graders now and your brains are getting bigger and smarter. And so we can put second grade information in there now. So, for our first topic, for our number one second step lesson, is about being respectful. Now, if you can see behind my head, I have show respect. That's one of our positive Panther Big Four, right? Make good decisions, show respect, solve problems, stay safe. And I know as we've started the school year, you guys have been working with your teachers to talk about each of our positive Panther Big Four and then discussing what it looks like and what it sounds like to do those things. And so, because our topic for our first lesson is showing respect, I wanted to review some of the things that you have very likely talked about with your teachers in your class. And also connect them to our previous second step lessons so you remember some of the skills that you already know. So when we talk about showing respect and the looks like, if you remember in kindergarten and first grade, we spent a lot of time talking about how we are good learners and the things that we do to show we are listening and paying attention while we are learning. So if somebody looks at you and they will think you are showing respect when you are doing things like having your eyes watching, ears listening, voice quiet, body still. When we see you doing these things, we know that you are focused and ready to learn. And we've also talked about raising our hand. We'll talk more about that when we review our Be Assertive. We raise our hand and we ask for help when we need it, right? And so when we talk about showing respect from sounds like, well, using kind words, respectful words. We're going to talk more about that during our lesson. And also using our good manners, right? Please, thank you, excuse me, I'm sorry, apologizing if we're wrong. Those are what respect sounds like. Okay, so again, I know your teachers have been working with you on your Big Four, and I wanted to make that connection from talking about shows respect to our first lesson today. Now, if you remember from the past, we always have our cards here. And so I want you to focus attention here on the card. Make sure you guys can see it. All right. This is Ms. Nelson's second grade class. Now, I want you to look at them and think about what they are doing right now. So take a minute to think. They are sitting on the carpet. Looks like they are listening to a story that their teacher is telling them. Now, I want you to think about some examples of respectful behavior that you see happening in this picture. And again, you can reflect on the things that you've talked about in your classroom with your teacher and the things that we just reviewed here up on my board. Okay, so if you look at this picture, let me put it over here so you can see all the respectful. Do these students look like they have their eyes watching their teacher while she's reading her story? Yeah, I think so. Does it look to you like they're listening? Do they have their ears listening while their teacher is telling them a story? It seems like they do, don't they? Now, do you see anybody else's voice or mouth moving? No, I don't either, huh? So their voice is quiet because right now it is their teacher's turn to share and read the story. And then finally, does it look like their bodies are still? Yeah, I think so too. So are they showing respect to their teacher right now? They are. And does it look like they're ready to be good learners? Yeah, by doing these 4 things, they are able to focus their attention and they're going to be able to listen and understand what their teacher is reading to them about. Okay, so this is what respectful behavior looks like. All right, so when we talk about what respect sounds like, these are the words that we use, right? Respectful words. And so when we are thinking before we're speaking, we are way more likely to make sure that the words that we say are respectful words. And this is where it becomes really, really important that we pay attention to our feelings, right? We spend a lot of time in kindergarten and first grade talking about feelings and how we manage our feelings and take care of ourselves. And so, even if somebody is mean to you first, it would be, and they're not showing you respect, it can be very, very, very easy to be mean back. But if you're mean back to that person, is that showing respect? No, mean words are not respectful words. And if you say something mean back to that person who said something mean to you, do you think that's going to help solve the problem? If you guys are both just mean to each other, is that going to solve any problem? No, it's not. And actually, it's probably going to make it worse. And you guys might get into a real fight with mean words going back and forth. And so this is where it becomes important to manage our feelings, right? Because if somebody calls me a mean name or says something really mean to me, I am going to feel hurt. I might feel sad or embarrassed. I'm probably going to be angry that they said something so mean to me. And I'm going to feel that in my body, right? Like my heart might start beating fast. I might get kind of clenched up like, I can't believe they said that to me. And if you remember from our brain that when our emotions get very big, turns off our brains. So the thinking part of our brains, remember, if we flip our lid and our feelings are in charge and not our thinking brain, then this is where we run the risk of blurting out something mean back. And so we have to make sure that we are showing respect to ourselves by managing our feelings and taking care of ourselves, and also in turn by managing ourselves, we're going to handle a situation in a respectful manner and either talk to the person about what they said, maybe you walk away, maybe it's something that you need to get help for, but when you show respect, you are not saying something mean in return to that person, right? So we have to think before we speak, use kind and respectful words. Now, we also talk about these good manners, right? And so it is so, so helpful and it is so respectful when we make sure that we're using our good manners words when we are talking to somebody. If you walk up to your teacher and you say, I need a pencil, does that sound very respectful? I don't think so. And your teacher's probably going to be like, well, that was rude and not respectful. How do you think you could ask for a pencil in a more respectful way? Think about it. What do you think? Could I please use a pencil? Could I please borrow a pencil? Does that sound a lot better? More respectful? Yeah. When we use our good manners, we show respectful behavior. It not only makes us feel good, but it helps other people feel good too, to feel respected. And so it is so important that we remember to show respect every single day. When we're learning, when we're engaged in learning, we have our eyes watching, ears listening, voice quiet, body still, raise our hands. I've been so impressed sitting in on Zoom meetings on the good manners that students are using, not interrupting each other, raising a hand if you have something to share and waiting to be called on, being on mute if things are loud in your house and there might be distracting noises. Those are all things that I've seen you guys doing to show respect. So that is awesome, especially early in this school year as we're still getting a handle on what it means to learn on the computer instead of being here at school. So if we continue to practice these skills when we do get to come back to school, and I hope it'll be super, 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 super soon, we will come into school and we'll be ready to go with all of our learner behaviors. All right, now, if you remember from past years, we have a lot of songs that go along with the things that we're learning. Now, this is kind of weird and this is kind of new. And so I know you're used to me bringing my phone in and playing music from my phone when we're in your classroom, but now I'm going to try and do it here while I am recording the video for you guys. So I hope that you can hear it. I have it up as loud as I possibly can, and I will put it very close to the computer. But this is our learner song. And so I want you to focus. I want you to listen for when you hear the words respectful, and just kind of do like a little, if you hear respect or respectful. Okay, here we go. All right, come on, listen now. Be respectful. Yeah, yeah. Be skillful. Yeah, yeah. Be a learner. Yeah, 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 yeah. Be respectful. Be skillful. Be a learner. Yeah, yeah. You come to school to learn. But there's lots of things to see and do. So make the most of it. The power is inside of you. Focus attention. Listen with your ears, eyes, and brain. Use your self-talk. Be assertive and you will gain. The lesson is starting up. Your eyes and ears are focused in. When someone starts to talk, show your respect by listening. Focus attention. Listen with your ears, eyes, and brain. Use your self-talk. Be assertive and you will gain. Be respectful. Yeah, yeah. Be skillful. Yeah, yeah. Be a learner. Yeah, 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 yeah. Be respectful. Be skillful. Be a learner. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think you got it. Keep saying stay on task. Ignore distractions, that's the key. And when you need some help, be sure to ask assertively. Focus attention. Listen with your ears, eyes, and brain. Use your self-talk. Be assertive and you will gain. Be respectful. Yeah, yeah. Be skillful. Yeah, yeah. Be a learner. Yeah, 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 yeah. Be respectful. Be skillful. Be a learner. Yeah, yeah. All right. Nice job, guys. So hopefully you recognized a lot of the other things that we've talked about in past years, right? Focusing attention. We use our eyes, ears, and brain. We're going to talk more about self-talk and being assertive in our lessons coming up. So guys, we just finished our first second step lesson of second grade. I am so excited to get to spend another school year with you guys, teaching you, with you, singing songs, learning new things, and having a really, really great time. Now, I am also sending the home link for your teachers to attach in your classroom page. So remember, the home link is your chance to be the teacher to someone else, someone in your family, somebody that you're spending time with right now. And so you get to teach them and talk to them about respect, what it looks like, what it sounds like. And you can even talk about what it looks like and sounds like when you're at home. We've talked a lot about learning, but there's other things that kind words and good manners, oh boy, I know they are sure appreciated when you're at home with your families as well. So take the chance to be the teacher. Teach your families about our first lesson. And I will be so, so excited to see you next time for our second step lesson of second grade. Wow, how exciting. I will see you guys soon. Bye.